I met Jason when he was a first-year student at Pepperdine University, and I remember him coming in as as part of a heralded recruiting class for the men's golf team, and heard about this young man from Oregon who had excelled at the junior golf level, and I was excited to see what he would bring to this campus and to the golf program. Little did I know, how much of an impact he would have on our athletic department and on our campus here at Pepperdine.
So the first time that I met Jason Allred, we were 14 years old, and we were both in contention in a national junior tournament. And I just recognized how friendly and upbeat he was. It was pretty obvious that he was a competitive guy and pretty talented, but even in the midst of all the competition, he couldn't have been any nicer. We hit it off. It's pretty tough not to hit it off with Jason. But we hit it off, and I genuinely felt like I didn't know the guy and he cared about me, and that was a reoccurring theme for sure for Jason as we continued on in life.
Knew Jason probably when I was 15 or 16 years old. We'd played junior golf together, and he had a reputation. He was well known. He's a United States junior amateur champion. I guess first impressions would be very nice, hit the ball a long way, and was kind of a quiet killer. He really wanted to win, but you wouldn't know it just by talking to him.
I would say once Jason came on campus here, both of us being freshmen, right away you could tell he was an extremely competitive person. Both of us being similar in that aspect, I hated losing to him.
Jason worked hard at golf, and I knew he wanted to be good. It wasn't what he said, but it was more the work he put into it in the weight room, on the golf course, and just getting his reps in. And that's really Jason in a nutshell, in every aspect that he thought mattered in life, and that was his faith, and that was golf and in his relationships. And I think that's what makes Jason special and makes Jason the ideal athlete that Pepperdine should recruit.
Just had a tremendous short game, and had a knack for getting the ball into the hole. And lots of times when you're competing like that, guys are serious, they're into their own deal, and off the bat Jason was different. He's playing his own game, but he was way more than polite. He was just straight up friendly.
You can learn a lot from Jason playing golf. In particular, his short game was incredible. Maybe the best bunker player I've ever seen. Just chipping and everything around the greens was awesome. His focus on the golf course was always very impressive. He was one of those people who, and to be successful in golf, you have to do your own thing. And he was doing his own thing.
I mean, the guy is clearly just gifted. He could hit shots that, we still talk about shots he hit during practice. Driving the 9th green at North Ranch was amazing. That one will go down forever as one of the longest drives you've ever seen.
We're playing San Jose State's tournament, and it's at a very famous old golf course, great golf course called Pasatiempo. And Jason opened with a 63, which is the lowest round any Pepperdine player's ever shot in competition. And it's very difficult to follow a good round with another good round, and he followed it with a 67 and has the record, I believe still has the record for the lowest 2 rounds consecutively shot by a Pepperdine player. And he won that tournament by like 8 or 9 strokes.
But we had some good times. He's a goofball. He's a goofball. He's extreme. He's freakishly talented with anything that has to do with the ball, really. It's strange to be that competitive and that down to earth and that friendly. For sure, he comes from a special family. He's got great parents. He's one of the few guys that I know that's been successful playing a professional sport, but has never taken his eyes off the prize, knows what's important. And it'd be hard for me to imagine people not ever wanting to pull for Jason.
I always remember, even when we get off the airplane, going to, whether it's coming into LA or whether it's going to wherever we were going, off the jetway there, we would all be going off together as a team, and all of a sudden Jason would be right in front of me and just fall to the ground. Fall to the ground like he hurt his leg, and it would just be this loud boom, and everyone would be going around trying to see if he's okay, and he just didn't, it was hilarious.
Well, we called him Bubbles because typically he was in a great mood. He was a practical joker. There's a number of things that he would do. You know, he played a pretty good prank on one of our old teammates, Brandon White, at one point, which involved a dead bird and a vacuum with rocks in it, and the middle of the night, and a bunch of other things up in dorm 13, which was pretty hilarious.
I don't think we ever made a golf trip where he didn't come back from the trip with shampoo from that hotel that we were at, lotion, maybe shower caps, I don't know.
No, I always thought Jason would make it. He hit it too long and he chipped it too good. But probably the most fun I've had watching him was this year at the Northern Trust Open. And you know, some people are probably familiar with the story, but tied for third and went from Monday qualifier to almost winning the tournament. So that's probably my favorite memory from watching him as a professional.
He's a tremendous individual. He was a tremendous young man when he was a Pepperdine student, really a model person while he was here, model student athlete. And I know that that consistency has continued on as he's left Pepperdine and pursued his professional golf career. I think the consistency and the authenticity that he had here as a student athlete and as he grew and matured as a student athlete at Pepperdine has only carried on into his professional pursuits as well.
One of his old sayings was always shine on. You know, he's very much so focused on being a light of love, you know, in regards to his faith and to other people, whether they're believers or not. You know, he's a full-blown family guy now, and that's not an easy life, and I know he hasn't changed at all. I know that his priorities are still, you know, God and his family and providing for them, and, you know, he's shining on in his own way, but I'm sure that his success is going to go far beyond the golf course no matter what he does.